Hey G fans, GoGFan93 here, and welcome to a follow-up video for Super Godzilla Breakout. Now, this video I'm going to pretty much go through the game. Now that the game's been out for a while, I'm going to show the whole game. I'm going to give you some tips, kind of going to give you some behind the scenes, and I'm also going to show some of the passwords that are out there now, or that I've been wanting to show for a little bit, but I didn't want to show it right away because I wanted people to play the game and enjoy it first. So yeah, this is version 1.3. This is the latest patch. So this has actually been all patched up. Burning Godzilla Lord made a couple fixes to the game. So I will explain the fixes as they show up, if I can remember them also. But there were just some slight little changes that needed to be made, and yeah. So I guess what we will do is we will just go right into it. Oh, first of all, when you download the patch, and by the way, the patch is available right now. Just go into the link below, and it'll get you right to the patch. All you gotta do with the patch is once you download it, you just click on the installer, and you don't even have to uninstall the game. What it'll do is that it'll just reinstall the game and it'll overwrite everything, but your save data will still be there. So it's kind of a cool way that, I mean, it's literally just a patch. So all you do is just install the patch, boom, you're good. The game's all set to go. So alright, so let's get into it. So alrighty, so I'm basically just gonna play through the game again. Nothing too special, but I just kind of want to talk about some of the things that I might have missed in the last time, or at least the last time I talked about this. So that yellow one, so the power-ups are one of the new things that I was talking about before. And the thing is the power-ups with the colored cores are the power-ups. You want to look out for those. I just missed the double points one, but that green one is also the shield one. So red gives you double score, so you want to make sure that you get those, because that way you can get the most amount of points, especially if you want to unlock a lot of the ball skins, I guess. It's always weird to say that, but so I actually just grabbed, okay, the yellow one gives you life. So like I said, colored cores give you power-ups. The power-ups with black cores, those you want to stay away from. Like this yellow one that's coming down right now, that one is going to take away a life, and that one really sucks, but it keeps it challenging and it keeps it tense. This white one with the black core, that's actually going to make Anger Skull a lot quicker. Now to some people this might not be that bad. To me, since I've played this game so many times, the white with the black core doesn't affect me, because I like having the fast ball. But the one that's coming down right now, oh, there's 3 white ones actually. So those ones actually make Anger Skull a lot slower. And I'm gonna purposely avoid that, because for me, I don't like having the slow ball. So, but I do want to have the extended bat. Oh shit, I missed it. So wow, Angus is going really quick. So, you know, I mean, to a player who's not as good at this game, it can be a power down, because obviously, you know, you need to keep an eye on it. Now, Angus does follow the bat at the end, and the stage complete, we're good, saved, all that stuff. Now, it does seem like there is no more quit button here, which is kind of interesting, but I think he did that on purpose. There was also a thing that he said in the that Burning Godzilla said in his video, that when that saving icon is showing up, let it kind of finish its thing, then hit next stage. Because if you hit next stage too quick, that's what was we assume that was giving the save issue. But also in this patch, I think he fixed that too. So we'll see how that worked. But so Batra is the first boss, so pretty cool. Nothing too special with him. He only has one attack, just goes from side to side, and just has one attack, just shoots you with his lasers. I don't remember what the exact beam was named in the movie or whatever, but sometimes he'll shoot diagonally or he'll shoot straight down. But he's a very easy boss, and it makes sense. It's an introductory boss. You know, they're not supposed to be the tough ones. So he has the lowest amount of health, and we already took him out with no problem whatsoever. So, but like I said before, there is a quit button. Okay, so that kind of makes sense, because with the bosses, once you defeat the bosses, that unlocks the level. So you have to go through the level and then the boss to unlock that stage, basically the background that you saw. So level 1, let's say if I started from the beginning without any save data, now for free play mode I would have unlocked that stage. So yeah, so now we're on the second stage, and yeah, so the patch just kind of made things a lot more smoother, fixed a couple bugs. There's a bug that that happened in a lot of the Let's Plays that I've seen, and also I do want to thank you guys so much for the support of this game. I mean, I've seen so many people doing Let's Plays and reviews, and I am so happy to see that. It's great to see the feedback, and it really helps a lot. And I'm just thank you guys so much for doing all of those awesome Let's Plays and stuff. So, one of the glitches that was happening, besides the save glitch, and also the glitch of Angerus, you know, bouncing, getting stuck, you know, which, like in the last video, we already had the fix for that, where it's just the reset ball option. Whoop, I totally missed him right there. I don't know why I did that. One of the glitches was when you got the shield, the beam shield, right? And if Angerus, there's a certain thing that if you ended up either dying or in anywhere where you had to spawn Angerus back, there was a glitch to where Angerus would actually just disappear while the bat was there. And it was just some kind of collision problem where Angerus just kind of got messed up if he wasn't in the right spot. So that was one of the fixes that that Burning Godzilla Lord was managed to fix in this patch. So the reason, sorry, it's like really hard to focus on this game and talk at the same time. But the way he fixed that was by just lowering the bar a little bit, and not in the quality sense of the word, like literally lowering the bar. Oh God, missed him again. All right. So that was one of the fixes, which is great. No, I want that art. Oh shit, I didn't get that thing. So we'll see if that shows up. All right, King Ghidorah is the second boss. If you guys didn't already know, if you didn't already play the game by now. Oh shit. Oh, also, I probably mentioned this in the other video, but you can bounce Angerus off of Godzilla's head when you lose your bat. So it doesn't mean it's game over right away if you you know, miss the bat. You can still save Angerus by having him hit on Godzilla's head. So it's kind of like a funny little Easter egg thing there. See, like what I just did right there, I managed to save Angerus by having him bounce off of his head. Now King Ghidorah is a little bit harder, obviously. You know, the bosses do get increasingly difficult, and you know, that's just how it is. That's how video games should be. So he moves a lot quicker horizontally, and he'll shoot a lot more of his beams. And oh my gosh, so this is also one of the that was a funny little Easter egg, is that King Ghidorah's head bounces off, blah blah blah. But you guys already know that, you saw that in the last video. But the thing with King Ghidorah is that he'll shoot his gravity beams, and they'll bounce off of the wall, so it kind of makes it a little bit more challenging. All right, so here we go, third stage. Let's do this. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, right now I'm just showing the game off too, because I mean that's really what the point of this video is just to show off the game again, and also to let you guys know that the patch has been released, so that the game is a lot more smooth and some bugs have been fixed. Also, there was a glitch with I just remembered, there was a glitch with the red power-ups that, oh, looks like Angerus is going to get stuck. Yep, okay. That's alright, no problem. We'll just reset. But the problem with the red power-ups, speak of the devil, they're right here, is that if you finish the level with the red power-up activated, it would actually like continue. Wow, that was a really good combo right there. But it would actually continue throughout the other levels. Ah shit, I got the slow ball. And so that would kind of make it easy to get a bunch of points, because you know, as long as you didn't collect another red power-up, you would constantly be getting 10 points instead of 5 points in every map. Like it wouldn't reset. So that was a bug that had to get fixed, because that made it a little bit too easy to unlock everything. So luckily Burning Godzilla found that. I noticed it, but I didn't know what caused it. But this is why Burning Godzilla is a really good programmer. Also, another thing is, I want to demonstrate in this next boss fight is that you can actually, it's not completely random of how Angerus bounces off the bat. what you can do is you can kind of strategically place the bat in ways to where you can actually have Angerus go where you want him to go. So especially for like boss fights like Mechagodzilla here, it actually makes it kind of a good little strategy. So if I want the ball to go, let's say, to the right of the screen, I need to, oh shit, I'm probably gonna get a game over because I'm trying to focus on talking and explaining and also trying to play this game, because this game uses a lot of concentration. It might just be a simple Breakout game, but damn it, it is tough sometimes. Shit. Alright, so anyways, if I want Angerus to bounce to the right, I need to angle the bat a little bit. I need Angerus to hit on the bat towards the right of the bat, if that makes any sense. You can see visually, I'm showing you right now how that's working. God bless America. Okay, it's fine. Okay, also, he added a new thing. If you retry, you lose points, but that's fine. I mean, it makes sense. Now, some people were... okay, so first off, I need to finish this one thing that I'm trying to say here. God bless America. Okay, so... Oh, shit, I lost a life already. Fuck. So if I want to angle Angerus, I just have to place the bat in a specific way to make Angerus go the way I want him to. If that makes sense, you can see it visually here. I'm going to stop trying to explain it because I sound like an idiot. Alright, now there's the shield. So the shield is now... God dang it, Angerus, what are you doing? Alright. So the shield is now here. And the cool thing is that he also made it to where you can still bounce Angerus off of the bat and you can actually save the shield. So if you don't want the shield to disappear right away, you can actually continue to hit Angerus without having the shield go away. And it takes about I think it's 3 hits for the bat to disappear. Yeah, 3 hits. So that's just another little tip, little hint for you with that. So, alright. I need to get this life here. Okay, there was something else that I was wanting to say, but I totally forgot what I was needing to say. Shit. But that's okay. Oh shit, I got the slow ball. Whoa. Oh no, that wasn't slow ball. That was the fastball. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Anyways. Oh god, Angerus. Look at him go. Look at him go. Wow. Anyways. Alright, let's take him on. Alright. So yes, I was... Oh, also for Mechagodzilla's boss fight here. For those of you who didn't know, Angerus can actually save the bat. If you get it right at the perfect timing, you can actually have Angerus hit the missiles and explode them, so it doesn't hurt you, or so it doesn't make the the bat disappear. So it's kind of like another little strategy with that. So there was something else that I needed to say, and I totally forgot what it was, and that's not good. I need to remember what it was, but I don't remember, so that's bad. Oh boy. I've lost a little bit of my skills with doing Let's Plays because it's been so long since I've done gameplay with commentary with no script or anything like that, so. But anyways. There was, I swear to God, there was something else. Oh, yes, I remember now. Okay. So some people were complaining that when you lose against a boss and you get the game over, that it reverts you back to the stage of the blocks instead of just going right back to the boss. Well, the reason that's there is because what happens is if you get a game over, you have no lives, right? So what we did is that we made it to where you can go where we bring you back to the standard stage like this one, to where you can get more lives, and it also restarts you with 5 lives again. So it's a really nice way to kind of help the player progress and keep the I guess the pace of the gameplay going, rather than, you know, being stuck at a boss with 1 life and then when you respawn you just have 1 life again. You see what I mean? So it kind of helps it in a way. It might seem kind of sucky that you have to start from the first part of the level, but believe me, when it gets later on in the game and it gets tougher, you're gonna like the fact that it brings you back to these stages so that you can get some more lives. That's just kind of how that rolls there. So, wow, look at Angerus go. Alright. Another big thing I want to mention is a lot of people were wondering if there's going to be add-on content for this game. Like if there's any extra things that I'm going to add, like new bosses, new stages, or new features, anything like that. No. Unfortunately, this is really the game has turned out the way that I wanted it to. Burning Godzilla Lord has made my vision turn into reality, and this is really what I wanted. I mean, obviously, yeah, we could add more bosses. We could, you know, there's probably a couple features that Burning Godzilla Lord tried to put in, but probably couldn't due to time constraints or you know, just technology or whatever. But this is really what it is. I don't plan on having any add-on content for this game, just because, one, the game took a lot out of us, and especially Burning Godzilla Lord. I mean, it took a lot out of him. It was a lot of work to make this game a reality. Damn it, Mechagodzilla. So there's not going to be any more content because Burning Godzilla Lord has his own projects that he needs to get back to work on. And I don't want to have to keep on, you know, kind of making him work on this and kind of postpone on his own projects that he wants to do. So this is pretty much what you got. This is Super Godzilla Breakout. That's it. There's really nothing else that we're gonna do with it. So this patch was pretty much the only thing that I was gonna add. That, you know, we were thinking of doing, because obviously there, you know, once we've seen some of the Let's Plays and how some of the glitches were acting, that way Burning Godzilla Lord could look at those glitches and see what was going on with that. So now I want to talk about Mechagodzilla 2's boss fight, or Super Mechagodzilla, or Mechagodzilla 93, however you want to label him. So what I love about this boss fight is that he has that, do you see that, like, this move that he's doing right now? It's like this weird, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what it was called in the game, the actual Super Godzilla Breakout game. But it pushes the bat away, so it makes it harder to, you know, save yourself pretty much. And he'll fly, you know, off the screen, or not off the screen, but he'll do this, what he's doing right now, just to kind of, you know, trip you up or whatever. And then his missiles, I think, go a little bit faster. I don't know, but they do the same thing as the other Mechagodzilla, where you can see them line up, and you know, with the red line. So it kind of it tells the player that, hey, the missile's gonna come this way, you better dodge, and that's pretty much that. So, all right. Now we're on to Super Godzilla's fight, and actually the thing with this is actually the last video I made. I didn't show Super Godzilla a lot because I wanted people to play the game, and now, like I said, now the game's been out for a while, I'm totally confident now in showing the whole game. And once we finish the game, once I show off the whole game, which literally only takes like 30 minutes, I am then going to show off some cheat codes for you guys. I know Parakokic, shout out to you, man, for doing a full Let's Play. I know there's a lot of other people that did Let's Plays, but I'm like, Parakokic just came to mind because he was curious about cheat codes. He was the only one who asked about them. So with the cheats, there are cheats. There's not that many, but there are also some funny Easter egg cheats, kind of stuff like that. And I won't show them all because there's like a crap ton. Burning Godzilla Lord programmed a lot of different funny cheats in there. They're not really cheat codes, they're more just like funny little Easter egg things. But I'll show that once I go through the main game here. Alright, Super Godzilla now. This guy, my god, this is probably one of the funnest and also probably one of the most infuriating boss fights because of that beam right there. The thing is that beam can really screw you up sometimes because you know, you're on one side of the screen and then he does the attack. Oh shit. And you can't get to the other side of the screen fast enough, and then Angerus falls to his death. Because if you want to risk points, now if you're wanting to go for the max amount of points, then you don't want to get hit by it, obviously. So then it's like a matter of, oh, what do I do? Do I sacrifice a life to keep my points, or do I you know, sacrifice the points to get to Angerus so I don't lose lives? So that's just kind of the dealio with this. So, but yeah, that beam is pretty ferocious. So that's one of his attacks. Oh god, see right there, I had to make the decision. Then the other attack that he'll make is he'll actually, if you notice, before he did that attack right there, he cues the player. I forgot what the term is in gaming, but his eyes, depending on where he'll like either it's his left side or right side that he'll shoot that out, his eye will glimmer, and you'll see like a little I don't fucking know. God, it's so hard to talk while playing. But you can visually see what I'm talking about, is that his eye will glimmer for a second before he shoots down whatever he's doing. So it kind of it indicates to the player that, hey, you better watch out on this side because he's going to start shooting that crap. Then his tail, if you notice on the background, his tail is going from side to side, and it also shoots like it's about to do. It's about to shoot something at me. and that can mess you up royally too. But like I said, the bosses need to get harder and harder, so obviously Super Godzilla can't be a pushover, so that's why this boss fight can be a little bit challenging. Like I said, I've played this game so many times that this is actually kind of easy for me. Oh shit. And I'm also not really playing for points because I've already beaten everything in the game and I've already unlocked everything, so I'm not really worried about losing points at this point. Haha, funny. Bad choice of words right there. But we're actually going to take him out really soon. Alright, cool. So that's him. Down for the count. Alright. Now we're on the last stage. Now I didn't get this far in the last one because once again I didn't want to spoil it, but now we are in full spoiler territory. If you haven't played the game, don't watch any further. Alright, so now we have double score. That's pretty good. Also, if you can see on the bottom that my high score is 280. So if any of you want to brag and say that you've gotten more than that, then be happy to post in the comments saying that you are better than me at my own game, and that's totally fine. I am totally willing to see people beat my score. Yeah. So I'll get to the unlockables after I beat this. Oh shit. All right, whatever. Now actually what's really cool is Anguirus does feel a lot better in this patch too. He seems to be going a tad bit quicker, but a lot smoother, if that makes sense. So I don't know, everything just seems to be a lot smoother now in this patch, which is great, and that's what, you know. So although I am very happy that the first release, that, you know, when the game first came out, that it was a pretty solid release. Like, it was a pretty solid build, that you know, there weren't a lot of glitches. It was a very successful launch, I'd say. You know, because most AAA games nowadays, you know, they always have like some terrible day one launch that, you know, they need to patch it right away, but we didn't need to do that. Luckily the game came out pretty good. Obviously we had a couple little bugs, but nothing too dramatic, I'd say. So alright, now we're about to fight Bagan with only 6 lives. Now Bagan is the final boss, and a lot of you are probably wondering, wait a minute, you've always talked shit on Bagan, you've never liked Bagan. Well, that's kind of true. I still don't necessarily think Bagan is the almighty monster that everyone like says he is, but the game is called Super Godzilla Breakout, and Bagan is more of a bonus boss rather than a final boss. You know, Super Godzilla is really the main final boss, but Bagan I just wanted to throw in there because I thought it'd be cool. You know, I really did. I knew that for fan service it'd be the best idea to go with, because I know there are a lot of fans of Bagan. Shout out to Riv Travis if he is watching. So with Bagan, he's the hardest, obviously, and he has a tiny little hitbox area. Oh god, that you gotta do. He has like 4 attacks. That one attack is he'll shoot those things down and they'll actually follow you. Oh my god, I'm doing terribly. I was not focusing right there. So he'll do that attack. He'll do his beam attack, which, by the way, it doesn't knock it out. Like, it doesn't knock your points out 1. If you stay in that beam, it will consistently take your points away. So definitely get away from that as soon as possible. Now this thing right here, this thing that follows you around, you don't want the ball to hit that, because then if it hits it, then it's like Bagan trapped. Well, look, you're seeing it right now. Bagan traps it and then shoots little sparks, and it takes away your points if you get hit by it. But if you stay to the side, if you stay on the opposite side of where that is, you'll be fine. You'll never get hit. So it's a little safe zone area. There's also, I believe that's all the attacks, yeah. And also the thing that's really rough about Bagan is that he'll do these attacks multiple times at the same time. It's not like he'll just do one attack at a time. He'll sometimes do all of the attacks at the same time, and it makes it super hard to dodge everything like I just freaking did. Also, Bagan has 300 health, so that's the highest of any boss in the game, which makes sense. Once again, you gotta make Bagan tougher, and the only really, you know, obviously with his abilities make him tougher, but the fact that he has more health than all the other bosses makes him tough as well. So, oh yeah, and also when that thing is chasing you, right, like for instance right now, if I manage to hit Bagan, it disappears. So it's kind of like a good way to have that just not be there anymore. But I failed and did not get Anguirus to get away from that. So yeah. So Also, a lot of people are wondering if this game is like supposed to follow the events of Super Godzilla. It's not. Honestly, the only reason I called it Super Godzilla Breakout was because I didn't want to call it Godzilla Breakout 2, because I wanted to like follow that. Oh, good lord. Because I wanted to follow that trend of like Nintendo where like their sequels were called Super Metroid and Super Mario. Well, actually it was already called Super Mario, but you know what I mean. I wanted to keep that whole like super idea thing with it, so I just decided to be like Super Godzilla Breakout. And yes, most of the assets and the music are from Super Godzilla Breakout, so I guess I can understand why people would make that assumption that it's kind of like a breakout version of Super Godzilla, but it's not. It's not supposed to follow the events of the game at all. That's why some of the bosses aren't in the game, like Biollante or Mecha Godzilla or Mecha King Ghidorah isn't in the game, you know. So it's not supposed to completely follow that stuff. That wasn't the point. But yeah, that's just kind of the way that it happened, was that a lot of the assets were from Super Godzilla. But actually a lot of the backgrounds that you're seeing, the backgrounds were actually from Kaiju Daikusen, that's the game, yeah. So a lot of them were from that, and I think some were from Battle Legends. So yeah, so it's kind of a mix mash of the two games. So, my god, am I going to be able to beat Bagan with just one life? I hope so. This is not turning out how I planned it would be. So as you can see, I'm kind of angling Anguirus in a way where I can get some good combos on Bagan right there. So it's just kind of a good skill that you'll learn when you play the game more. You start to learn that, whoa, that was close. Oh man, that was actually really close. The thing that's really cool about this game too is that I can't talk today, oh my god. The game is addicting, I'd say. Like every time I play this game, I always want to play through it all the way, and it's always so fun. It's a fun game, and I love that, you know? Because like I'd hate to say it, but even of my shoot-a-man games, those games are like, they're fun for a bit, but they kind of can get tiresome and tedious. But this game is like awesome. But that's because I had you know, Burning Godzilla was a really good coder, a really good programmer, I should say, and he made this game fun, you know. So, and also, you know, Game Maker is a better engine. It's a lot more complete. It's had a lot more time. Oh god. Oh, I thought I was gonna fail. It's had a lot more time developed to it, and Game Guru that I made the Shoot-A-Man games on is still a fairly new engine, so that's why the games aren't like that good. And also because Shoot-A-Man's more of a test run than anything. It's not really a main release for my studio. Super Godzilla Breakout was more of that. Alright, we beat him on one life. Oh my god. Alright, so when you beat the game, you hit finish game, and then you get this awesome little end screen where Godzilla and Anguirus are dancing, and it's just so funny. And if you wait, well actually you have to wait, actually, for the music to die down. And then the really funny stuff will happen here. Right there. A happy moment. So I thought that would really be a fun thing. And this actually comes into play later. So alright, then you hit escape to go to the credits, and there are the credits. So director and creator was me. Graphics and sprites were Burning Godzilla Lord. Me for like editing a couple of sprites, and then the sprites resource website. Published by my studio, At3 Studios. The programming was from Burning Godzilla Lord and me. I did a slight bit of programming, but Burning Godzilla Lord did mostly everything with the programming. Boss design was Burning Godzilla Lord. Sound assets were from Super Godzilla. And the disclaimer, no copyright, thank you for playing. Alright, so we're going to go back to main menu. Now it says no data found, but that's because I beat the game. So the game automatically resets when you beat the game, because it's like, well, you're done, there's no reason to save. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys. So this is free play. So this is the next level. So this is what you want to do when you just want to fight any boss. So this is, you can go to any boss or any stage at any time if you want to replay them right away. Now your score, you can't go into free play. Like let's say I want to do this and I'm going to quickly get some points. You know, I'm going to rack up some points real quick, you know? Well, it doesn't work that way. That's not how it works. So what free play does is just a way to get back into the mission, but it doesn't pertain to your overall high score. So, so that's basically level select. Excuse me. Now how to play, obviously it's just showing you controls, and the skin select. Now this is also where a spoiler comes into play, so if you haven't played the game or if you haven't unlocked all the skins, don't watch this. Skin select, you got 5 skins. The standard Anger's Showa, Godzilla's friend and ally depicted in his Showa era colors. And then if you beat the game once, you get the Anger's Final Wars color scheme. And then if you get, I believe, 1,000 point, or no, 1,500 points. I already forgot what the things were, but if you get, I think it's, if you get 1,000 points, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Burning Godzilla Lord's probably face palming if he's watching this, but anyways, my brain is a little bit scattered. I have a lot on my plate right now. So yeah, the Atsuri logo you get, that's my studio's logo. If you destroy 500 blocks, you get Kray's logo, which is Burning Godzilla Lord's, I guess his video game branch of his his brand name, I guess. So you get that logo, pretty cool. Now this one right here, this one is the Exilian face, and this one is like the funniest because when you click on it, it'll actually have that little audio cue. Now I'm actually going to select this skin and I'm going to show you what this guy does, and it's hilarious. So we're going to go to free play and we're going to go to the first stage. So as you can see, I'm playing as the Exilian face. As you can see, every time he hits, he says a happy moment, a happy moment. Now this can either be infuriatingly annoying to some people, but I think it's hilarious. And if you play through the whole game like this, I mean, I don't know if I could stand listening to this throughout the whole game, but it's pretty funny. So that's that little guy. So that's the skin select, so there you go. In credits, obviously we were there. So the last thing I want to show you guys before I end this is the cheat codes. Now, hey guys, a quick little edit here in the middle of the video. So I noticed that when I was recording the part where I was talking about the cheat codes in the game, what ended up happening is that you have to press P on the keyboard, and that'll bring up another window, and that's where you type in the cheat code. Well, I didn't know that my recorder actually paused every time that I hit P. Not because P is like a command to pause it, but what happens is that the Bandicam was recording one window, and since another window popped up, it kind of paused that other window, so it kind of paused my voice recording, so it kind of cut out and it sounded really weird. So I'm just going to explain the cheat codes here. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see them, but once you put them in, you'll see what I'm talking about. So what you do to activate the cheat codes in the game is you hit P, another window will pop up, and you type in a cheat code. Now one of the cheat codes is Geno. Type in Geno, and that's going to unlock all the free play stages. There was another cheat code that Burning Godzilla Lord told me that if you bring up P and you don't type anything in it and you hit OK, it unlocks everything. I thought it was a really funny code because obviously no one would figure that out because, well, you would think to have to type something in. Now then there's also a lot of Easter egg cheat codes, and I'll give you a couple of examples. I'm not going to give you every one of them because there's a lot, but one of them is if you type in Godzilla, it'll come up with a saying and a little funny little quirp or whatever. And then if you type in like my name, it'll say, oh, it's not going to be that easy. So it's kind of like a funny little Easter egg thing that if you type in all these Godzilla related keywords like Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla 1954, Megalon, like you type in these things and it'll pop up with some really funny things. So I just want to say that real quick. So that's how the cheat codes is. So for Parakokic out there and everyone else who wanted to check out the cheat codes, there you go. Have fun with it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That is the patch. Go download it. Your game will be a lot smoother. Once again, I thank you guys so much for doing the Let's Plays and all the videos covering Super Godzilla Breakout. It means a lot to me. This was a very successful game for me. It was a good launch. Everyone has been enjoying it, and I'm super proud of it. I'm very, very proud of it. And once again, I just want to thank Burning Godzilla Lord for all the programming and all the hard work that he put into making this game a reality. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay big, G fans.